It's 6:44. The Saints are now 1-1 on this new season after last night's loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. The final score, the Saints 24, the Raiders 34. Joining us now with insight on what went wrong is WWLTV.com sports columnist and host of the podcast Saints Happy Hour, our old buddy Ralph Marlboro. And, you know, I decided I'd go to the same place that you go to all your sources for information, to the comment section on Facebook. And, boy, people were cruel last night.
That's a bad decision, Eric. Never read the comments. Listen, as a person who has had things go sideways for them in Vegas very quickly, I can sympathize with the Saints crashing and burning after the fast start in Sin City. Saints, they jump out 10-0. Then they get outscored 34-14 by the Raiders. They looked like me at the craps table at the Bellagio at 2 a.m., confused, sad, and wondering how it all went so wrong so fast.
Have you thought maybe you should give up gambling?
Eric, football without gambling is almost pointless. If I can't gamble on it, why would I even watch it?
I enjoy it because it's a great game.
I mean, I gotta have action on the game, but I made personal decisions that weren't smart because I had a bad Sunday, and I never bet on the Saints because when they lose, you're sad and you have less money. So
exactly.
I broke my own rules, and I got what I deserved.
Well, and that's why you're still living at your mom's house. All right, let's talk about some of the things that went wrong last night. It was a rough night for the Saints. In the beginning, I thought it was going to be a runaway game for the black and gold.
Well, look, they had 240 yards of penalties the last 2 weeks, and that, to me, is not a big concern because Sean Payton, they've had penalty issues before, and he's a perfectionist. He'll get it cleaned up. The biggest concern for me, Eric, is the pass rush for the Saints. After 3 first-quarter sacks, it sort of disappeared, and the Saints, they made that move, remember, a couple weeks ago to move heaven and earth, and they kind of used a potential Ponzi scheme and Cleveland Brown cap space to get Jadeveon Clowney. And the reason why they went sort of incredibly aggressive for him is becoming crystal clear to me. They're not comfortable with their ability to rush the quarterback. So let's hope Marcus Davenport gets back real soon because the pass rush is not as advertised or as at least as predicted it was going to be in the summer.
And I think after last week's start with the Saints just beating up on Tom Brady, I thought, you know, wow, we really do look good this year.
Well, I mean, they do look good. And look, you're going to read about 9,000 panic pieces about Brees.
Yeah.
But look, the Saints moved the ball. You know, they were down 24-17, and they're in the third quarter. He hits Kamara, 20-yard gain. He hits Josh Hill, 16-yard gain. And then they have holding penalty, blindside block. And it's third and, tomorrow, right, or third and 50. That leaves no margin for error when you only have the ball 3 times in the second half when you're down because the defense was on the field. I mean, you can't have penalties when you only have 3 possessions in the second half. I mean, that leaves no margin for error. And it was like the Saints shot themselves in both feet. It was like as bad a decision as hitting in a blackjack when you have 19 versus the dealer. They just sort of collapsed in the second half, and Eric, to me, on offense, it wasn't a lack of moving the ball. It was just their own mistakes.
All right, Ralph, I got to cut you off there, but it was a rough one to watch. All right, thank you very much. See you next week. The Saints' next matchup is on Sunday against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. They'll play here in New Orleans. Kickoff of that game is at 7:20. Dave?